Thumbs up when I start seeing activity. Here we go. Looks like we are live.
We're live. Let's wait until we get some eyeballs on us. This is my Jeopardy.
A little bit longer.
Sure.
You know, it's a Saturday. People move a little. I personally move slower on a Saturday. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
So we'll make sure we get
Saturdays are a day of rest for sure. Unless you're a working artist and then you're doing this.
A working artist, which is not an easy thing to be.
Just.
All right, I am seeing people are starting to roll in. I think it's
Awesome!
time to say hello.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm a little nervous. Today is actually my guest artist day. And how this happened is we had a guest artist jeweler cancel at the last minute. And I was like, well, I have photography. Maybe we can sell some prints. And so we all decided that that would do the trick. And we actually curated a few pieces of jewelry to kind of go with my photography. So I brought in a lot of prints. Some of them were taken specifically for T.Skies. So we're going to talk about all of them. So this is my show. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Tag all your friends, all your family. I don't want to take any of these prints home with me. This is basically me fundraising because I got juried into this year's Santa Fe Indian Market. And I'm going to be printing a lot of big, large format stuff, and Mama needs some money.
Wait,
Mama needs you to make it rain.
Wait, can you say that again? That you what about the Santa Fe Indian Market?
I got juried in to this year's Santa Fe Indian Market.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yay.
I was there in 2019 as an artist fellow, and so when you get the fellowship, you automatically get a booth, which was awesome because the fellowship is really great, the Discovery Fellowship. But this year I was juried in and I get a booth on my own merit, and I'm super excited. So I want everybody to just think about your walls. Think about those empty walls. We'll see you right back here in a second. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anji. My full name is Anjiba Davila Shivers. I'm Dene. I am your host here all the time, but I am a writer, I'm a photographer, I'm a marketer. I write for New Mexico Magazine, photograph for New Mexico Magazine, also New Mexico Table Magazine, Edible New Mexico, Wild Sam. Who am I forgetting? There's some other ones. Anyways, I'm out there. I'm out and about. And did I already say that I'm Danae? Oh my gosh. Now I know how the guest artists feel when they're up here. I'm up here all the time, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's me.
It's all about you. And no, for real, so I'm really happy that we have an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better, you know, to know what inspires you, because the jewelry and the style that you bring over here to T.Skies, it goes hand in hand. Super busy Wonder Woman, says Tammy Hillman.
Oh, you know. Well, I'm an alumni of the Institute of American Indian Arts, where I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. But what I really love is photography, and I love visual storytelling. I love storytelling in all the different mediums, whether that be through jewelry, through film, through writing, through poetry. But photography is what I love it. I've always been attracted to fine art photos, to photojournalism. I really love photojournalism, fashion photography, just all of the whole concept of capturing a moment in time. It really appeals to me. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is just building that photography portfolio and partnering with different clients. And one of those clients is T.Skies. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I do a lot of their lifestyle photography that you might see on the website or in the emails. And I brought in a few prints of work I've done for T.Skies that we're going to look at. Some of the prints here these little smaller guys that we're starting with is called, it's the Fair Time series, and I did this in 2019, before the pandemic, before everything, and I did that in conjunction with my fellowship for Santa Fe Indian Market. So this is what's left. We have like 1 to 3 of each individual, or you can get the set. But I won't be printing any more of these. I can't see why I would be printing any more. The other thing is that I was kind of hustling, so not everything is signed, but it will be signed, sealed, delivered before it gets shipped out to you. I'm gonna sit down and sign everything and make sure that that is legit for you guys. So that's where we at. You don't see any numbers on the table because there wasn't room. Photos are a lot bigger. Photos are a lot bigger than jewelry, we've discovered. Yes, Cancerians, we love photography. Thank you, Tammy, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Speaking of birthdays, I just came from the Mac and Cheese Festival because it's my husband's birthday and that's what he wanted to do. And Gab is going to throw a picture of him up there that I took.
Well, shout out to you for taking beautiful shots and showing and sharing your life with us here today.
Thanks, Gabs. Thanks for having me, and thank you, T.Skies, for allowing me the space to do this. I'm excited. So let's just go through how the show works today. And so don't freak out. We will have a little bit of jewelry for those of you that just want the jewelry. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. We also have photos of jewelry. So multiple levels of jewelry appreciation today.
Not to mention jewelry that's in the photos. Like, we're going full circle, getting meta in here.
Yeah! Getting meta. I love it. So everything is going to have a number, even though the number's not out on the table. When we go through it one by one, you will know what number is associated with that piece. A few of the smaller prints, like this, Mida, there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 of them. Other than that, it's going to be a one-shot deal. So the 8x10s are all going to be one and done today. And that's it, really. So it's not complicated. You see something you like, you type in the item number and the word sold. A lot of the, 75% of the proceeds today is going towards back to me, the artist. That's how our artist show works. And that is going to go directly to helping support me in this year's Indian market and all of the printing and there's so much stuff you have to buy. It's crazy because I've never done it before. So I'm buying like a generator to like power this concept I have of neon and like the racks to like hang the photos. Because in 2019 when I had the fellowship, my husband and I literally rolled in there. It was like the Clampets going to Hollywood with just like these janky stands that were falling over, and like our booth neighbor had to show us how to even set them up. So this year I'm like, okay, I have to have a grown-up booth. I have to like the real stuff.
We got a great question over here. We do have some our great friends in logistics who work with shipping all day, every day. We've already discussed with them what our game plan is going to be and what the best solution will be. So
Christina, the reason that the 8x10s are not matted is because T.Skies has a certain size parameter that they're able to cope with. So what I have done is I have a canvas board behind the photos, so those suckers are not going to bend, and when you get them home you can have a little canvas to paint on if you so choose, or you could use that as a backing.
I typically love those as backings when I
They're very good. They're very sturdy. Um, but no, Christina, we have it all figured out. She's not gonna let nothing happen to them. If I can just get through the show without making everything fall over on this table, which seems to be my superpower.
That's all right. This is a new challenge, and you're taking it on.
Yeah, this is new ground for all of us.
I want
Okay.
to mention, if anybody is actually going to be attending the Santa Fe Indian Market, here is where to find Unji.
Thanks, Gabs. I'm going to be at booth CATE 901, and what I think that means is Cathedral East. So I believe that's going to be where in Santa Fe on the plaza, where the IAIA Museum is at. It's going to be like on that side between the cathedral and the IAIA Museum where the La Fonda is. And then the 901 will be the booth number. Yeah, it's such a, oh my gosh, Indian Market is so, it's mind-blowing. So much talent there. And then also, Gabs had a great question. You can always reach out to me like one-on-one if you want something in a bigger size or on canvas or something like that. I'm available to do those custom orders for sure. If you're local and you need any kind of photography, anything, you can always contact me and I'm happy to oblige. I work with different budgets and different visions and different creative. The more creative, the better is what I think. So yeah, okay, cool. So shall we get into it then?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually, Gabs is going to show the photo on screen so you can really see what it looks like. And then the physical one will be here. It'll make sense here in a second. Hit it, Gabs.
We're going to start with
This is the carnival came to town in Las Lunas, and I had just been thinking a lot about how Navajo women get so like dolled up and go all out for fair time, whether that's like the Gallup ceremonials, the Shiprock Fair, the State Fair. They don't hold back. And I thought, how cute would it be to have the concept of our, that like beautiful native glamour mixed with like carnies, like a carnival, in a carnival setting. And so that's what inspired. Yeah. So it's matted and framed. I mean, not framed, matted and in a sleeve. It has a little certificate on the back. And again, this was the series that I created for the 2019 Santa Fe Indian Market. And there's 6 from this series, and so it's $50 for each print, or $250 for a set of all 6. However, this is the only number 1 in the set. So if someone buys this and then later someone wants the set, we'll make an adjustment for that. But this is item number 1. And she's on a Ferris wheel. So this was actually the concept that I started with, and then I worked out from there. I thought, how cute would it be to see moccasins dangling off of the Ferris wheel bucket?
I Congratulations.
You gotta love that cluster turquoise moment that always seems to happen, and definitely couldn't have done this photo shoot without that. So let's go on to the number 2.
I'm getting some response over here that YouTube is freezing. So let's just have a look over here.
Well, actually, on Facebook too, because that's what Callie's saying too.
Technical difficulties.
Let's see what we got. When you show a picture, we lose sound.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Okay,
Good to know. Maybe that's what it is.
that is what it is.
This is all kind of new to us, so thank you. We're learning as we go.
Okay, so we'll make sure that we talk about prices and everything before we cut to the actual image itself.
Yes, so the first 6 images are 4x6 and they're 50 each. And so you can either get one or you can get the whole set of 6 for $250. However, the first image, there's only one of them left in life.
Let's have a look at that one. We're going to look at 1 and 2 real fast. Beautiful.
That first one was titled Fairtime Moccasins, by the way.
Fair time.
Cool. All right, what do we have for number 3, Gabs?
We have the rest of the series over here, and prices will pop up as the photos come in.
So that one is turquoise and cotton candy. We have 3 of those also. Let's go to camera 3. So turquoise and cotton candy, that's velveteen there with the turquoise cotton candy to match her turquoise bling. This will be the 3rd one in that series of the Fairtime series. All right, cool. So let's see how they look together, shall we? So the first 3, something like that.
Ooh.
And I always kind of envisioned them like going on like a gallery wall, you know? Because they tell a story when you see them all together, because everything I do is story based. So that's number 3, cotton candy and turquoise. Let's do the, let's pop up that picture again one more time.
Right. What's the title of the 4th one that we have coming up? 'Cause we're not done with the fair series.
I don't know. You're in control of the, Hand in the bag is the next one. Getting that yummy cotton candy. And the state fair is coming up month after next,
Yeah.
too.
It's almost here.
What foods do you crave?
Corn dogs!
Funnel cakes all the time.
I love me some corn dogs.
Turkey legs. I'm the turkey leg person.
going to be number 4 in the series. All right, what do we have next?
Next up, let's see what we got.
Perfectly pickled! Okay, so if you've ever been around Native people, you'll know we love our pickles. We're all about those pickles. When I was going to Santa Fe Indian School, we would like at the like little canteen place, they would have pickles soaked in hot sauce. Some of them were soaked in Kool-Aid. With like all kinds of crazy avant-garde pickles. So definitely had to have the pickle picture in the series there, because what's a fair without yummy foods?
Let's get the close-up, because she's wearing something gorgeous around her neck, and this is a really clear shot.
Hit it. Stop it. Stop the bus.
Fried pickles.
Fried pickles! Everybody stop. That sounds amazing. That's like the perfect marriage right there. Yeah. Oh, so Gabs was asking, she's wearing my squash blossom in this picture. I lent it to her for the photo shoot. And it's just a solid silver matte finish. Pretty heavy. It's pretty sturdy squash blossom. I've had it since I think I wore it to my high school graduation, so like 17, 18. I had it a while.
So that's your own personal history that you're incorporating in these photos.
Oh, I'm always lending things out of my closets to models. It's just how it is. In fact, she might even be wearing some of my turquoise. Well, no, I think those are all her turquoise, but no, I mean that's why I have so much junk, because you never know, and it's not junk actually, but you never know when you're going to need a vintage kimono or a peacock printed piece of fabric. So, I think we have one more from the fair series.
Let's check it out. Tell us about this one.
Ticket to Ride. Of course, if you're a Beatles fan, you'll recognize that title. So this is the last in the Fair Time series, and it was really, I wanted to showcase the character of hands and the beauty of those hands with jewelry. And then, of course, telling the story of, oh, my husband's watching. Hey, baby. We did a happy birthday shout out to you earlier. I don't know if you're watching. But I love just being able to tell a story in a subtle way. And that's with her holding those tickets. Like, you know exactly what's going on. There's no question what's happening. And it's, we always hear a little bit about the, like, walking in two worlds thing when you're Native American. But that's, in some ways, such a catchphrase. And to actually, like, see how that manifests in our day-to-day lives. And things like going to the fair. Getting tickets to ride your favorite ride, eating pickles, eating cotton candy, riding the Ferris wheel in your moccasins. That's reality. That's really what's happening for us day to day. Well, not day to day, when the fair comes.
So we're kind of going to do just a quick view, a slideshow of the fair series, because we have a full set.
Yes.
That is available after the full set has been purchased. After number 1 has been purchased, it is no longer a full set. So we'll
Correct.
go through them.
So they're $50 each for the matted 4x6 prints, or $250 for the set of 6.
Let me just put $250 for the set of 6.
For your gallery wall. Boop, boop, boop.
I love pictures on a gallery. All right, so we're going to be silent for just a second while we show you this set of 6 Fair Time photos.
fun to see them up on the screen.
I don't want this to feel like this is your life, Unji, but I mean, in a way it is, because
Oh, this is my life. This is my life.
Well, no, that, I don't mean to be like morbid, like you are leaving or anything like that. But I mean, like, it's important that, you know, we know you, but to see where your inspiration like takes you and what the end result of that, it's a blessing to see the fruits of your labor.
Thanks, babe. You're an art school kid.
Oh,
Get it.
You have all of the
Get
artists
it.
in this room over here.
Oh yeah, Diego's back there too. Let's look at a little bit of jewelry because this, these two, well, the first one in particular, I feel like this set, like this is the piece of jewelry for this set. These first two over here. And of course, I'm talking about turquoise clusters. And if you want to be like Velveteen or like any self-respecting Navajo woman, you both sides. Boom, 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 boom. Can't have enough. So let's start with the petty point over here, or I'm sorry, the needle point. Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? I think it's fun, actually. It's really fun to see. Okay, so this is the photo, right?
Beautiful.
And this isn't, I mean, it's staged, but it's based on reality of what you're going to see if you go to the fair in Indian country, down here in the Southwest. And then to see this beauty in the flesh. So this sweetheart was created by Rosemary Nez, and it was $4.75 before the sale. Gabs is going to do the math for me.
While you're doing that, how about you give us a nice spin around on, there we go. And can you size that for me? I would love
I could squeeze this in to fit me on a size 6.
That's right.
So 6 to 6.5. God, I love this one. I love because it fits me. And this ring was one of the first things I bought at Turquoise Skies, by the way, off of a live show. But this is just a classic cluster. Nez is a Navajo last name. So this is a Navajo made bracelet. It looks like the sale price is going to be $380 on this one.
Yes, man.
And we're going to call this what, number 7?
I'm actually putting this one as, you guys still use your number 1s for your jewelry. This is jewelry
J1.
number 1. Needlepoint. Size 6 cuff.
6 to 6.5. You have a little wiggle room back here. And then next we have a really traditional cluster with those beautiful teardrop shapes. And this one is also going to be a 6.5. Or you could squeeze it in for a 6. I think it fits me all right.
6 to 6.5. Is that medium in T.Skies lingo?
I think the 6.5 is the medium. The 6 is a small.
Gotcha. 6 is a small, 6.5 is going to be the medium.
Because then 7 is a large.
Ooh, and what is the price on, we're going to call it J2?
J2 was originally $750 before the sale.
That one is big. How do you feel like Wonder Woman right now, huh?
Oh, I am feeling it.
So when your model saw that you had these pieces for her to wear for this shoot, did she get excited?
Oh, any Navajo woman's gonna get excited when they see turquoise. It's just fact. These are both turquoise. These rings are my own rings. So it's nice to see like what it looks like as a full-on a look. But these are the bracelets that we're selling, and they are turquoise. This looks very much like, well, shoot. They both could be Sleeping Beauty. I really don't know what the mine is for these guys. And the sale price on this one is what, Gab? $600?
It was originally $750.
On sale for $600. I think most turquoise in jewelry that you buy these days is stabilized to an extent so that it doesn't get damaged. That's a term that can be used in a lot of different ways. Diego, do you have anything to kind of educate us on what it means to stabilize turquoise?
Well, stabilizing turquoise is a process to keep the stone from changing colors as it ages.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes people confuse stabilizing with dyeing.
Yes.
So these are natural stones. They have not been dyed. They've been stabilized to preserve the natural color, if that makes sense, Sharon. So they haven't been altered. It's really like it's a protection process. And humans have been stabilizing stones since like the Egyptian times with resin and things.
Well, we need to take a quick spot for a moment for Janie Lynn.
Oh, she's gonna take. Ooh, Mama, you're gonna love it. Thank you for purchasing. Let's give you a little drum beat.
And take a note for 6.5 is the size Janie Lynn needs.
Well. Okay.
So J1 is still available. I want to pull up that photo one more time. That's matchy-matchy.
I do love that picture.
It's
Actually,
great.
my husband says, I never thought of it as being my favorite, but when I see it up there, I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one.
You mentioned
I
that.
think because of like the gold and the turquoise, it's just,
Aw.
it's glowing. Oh, the star camera.
Well, yeah, you have a really great color balance over here, and I did want to mention, how much I appreciate your eye for color. And
Oh, thank you.
New Mexico colors, people don't realize, when you put them on a palette, they seem really drab, but when you put them in a photo like this, they're alive. They are dynamic and really bright.
I love I love color in photos, but also a lot of grit. Because I like to see, I don't like when things are too polished and perfect. And obviously there's clients that want that aesthetic, but my personal aesthetic is more of on like a photojournalism edge. Like I want to see the reality and even like a little bit more reality. All right, babes, where are we going from here? Should we start with the muertos?
I think we should. Let's
So
move on.
I just wanted to say that all of these 8x10 prints that you see, all of them come if you purchase with a little baggie of,
You can put those on camera too.
yeah. I was gonna see if anybody said something.
There we go.
A little baggie of Hollyhock Seeds.
Ooh. Tell me more.
So when I think about New Mexico, I think about those big, beautiful adobe walls and turquoise doors and a whole row of tall, colorful hollyhocks growing alongside them. So these are hollyhock seeds from my grandmother's garden. They're heirloom, they're passed down. And I just picked them the other day from some of the blossoms that made seeds. So I just wanted to give everybody a little something special to say thank you. So there's little seed bags for you to plant your own little garden. And hollyhocks are not just a Southwestern thing. They grow everywhere. Just give them water and sunshine. Water and sunshine. All right, we're going to start with this picture here. And this was done. This is the former Albuquerque Poet Laureate, Jessica Helen Lopez. She is an amazing Chicana poet here in Albuquerque, and she agreed and allowed us to photograph her, or allowed me to photograph her for T.Skies for our Dia de los Muertos campaign last fall. And it's just, we took the pictures at the Hispanic Cultural Center because they have the ziggurat, I think is what it's called. It reminds me, it's styled after the pyramids in Mexico. So let's pull this one up onto the big screen. So this is an 8x10 print. It is not matted because that would be too big for us to ship. We don't have the capacity to do that. But it has a nice canvas backing, so it's going to be safe and sound. It's got the plastic sheet. It will be signed, dated, all of that. And all of the 8x10 prints are going for $125. So let's take a look at this one. She's wearing, I think think Gabs might be looking for the picture. She's wearing T.Skies jewelry from our signature collection, which are the Zia earrings. I think we call them the Enchantment Earrings on the website, as well as some of the native pearls, the desert pearls that we create.
Oh yeah, I'll link those up so you guys can buy them.
Yeah.
And just before I go to the photos, remember you will not be able to hear us while we're looking. So.
Oh right, good call. Keep forgetting that. Okay,
Here's
close
a
up.
close-up.
So that's the close up. So she's wearing our enchantment earrings, and these are we have all of the the one of the kind jewelry that you see here on the show, but our artisans here in house also create jewelry every day that is part of our signature collection at tskiesjewelry.com.
Yeah.
tskiesjewelry.com. And these Zia symbol earrings, which is our state flag, are one of our designs, and then the beautiful desert pearls that you guys are familiar with. So that's what she's wearing here. And Dia de los Muertos is kind of a big deal in Albuquerque and in New Mexico because we have such a large Mexican community, South American community, and also just Hispanic community in general. Plus, it's just a fun, special, colorful way to celebrate life. Which seems counterintuitive because it's celebrating death, but it's actually celebrating life. So I was really excited when Shep was like, yeah, do a Dia de los Muertos shoot, because I'm always the one coming up with the ideas. Like, can we do this? Ooh, can we do this? Can we bring in a horse? Can we go to the ziggurat? And he's great. He just lets me do whatever I want.
Well, can you do me a favor and grab one of those to the side for Miss Janie Lynn?
Which one was 7?
Number 7 is the one you were holding.
Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Janie Lynn, this is the one? Or is it the bracelet?
Well, it says number 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, number 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bracelet.
Oh my gosh, you're buying my print?
Honey, this is your photo show.
Oh my god, I'm like,
You.
this is how you felt, Diego, when you sold your first piece of jewelry on the show?
A little bit, yeah.
I seriously feel like I'm gonna cry. Thank you, Janie. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You owe her a drum.
I will drum my little heart out.
How many more of these do we have left, though?
I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 left. The 8x10s are just one each, though.
Okay, one of each 8x10. Yes, sir. Thank you. Eek. Well, I lost my shot then, if that was the case.
Wah, wah. I think this is a cute bracelet to show. Thank you, Janie Lynn. You have no idea. Thank you. I think because of the colors in that last picture, I think we should show this piece of jewelry because it really vibes with it, with the orange and the greens. It's like the perfect bracelet to go with that shawl that she's wearing. So we have this beautiful, beautiful inlay. And I've been working in photography, jewelry photography for quite a while now, and so I really do take a lot of my inspiration at this point from the jewelry. Even when I'm doing a photo shoot that has nothing to do with jewelry, the detail and the color and the texture and the story and all of it is always there in my mind. So when you see those colors in the photos, they are really reflective of my environment, which is jewelry.
I'm really glad you said that because I'm noticing that ever since I've been introduced to you guys and you guys have started teaching me, the same thing is starting to happen. I want to draw rings and I want to see how these things come out, and these color combinations are like nothing I've ever seen.
And I've always been a stone, like a rock hound. I love stones. I love all stones.
Oh, did they clean out the rocks out of your pockets when you were a little
Oh
girl?
yeah, and my little baby, we're gonna make a rock garden of all the little rocks she brings me. I have a jar where I'm collecting them. She gets so excited to come in and show us the rocks that she found outside. Like I could cry. It is just the most beautiful thing. And she gets it honestly because my mom, my dad, my grandparents are all rock hounds, and then on my husband's side, they're Scots Irish. And his grandma Frankie was a huge rock hound, her and her husband. So she's like destined to be a geologist or something.
Nice
Okay.
pick. What's the price on
So this one is a 5 1/4, and it's the price before the sale is $5.75.
Let me grab that for you. You said 5 minutes.
5 1/4, but I don't like that. Doesn't actually seem
Let me
right.
try it.
Cause I'm a size 6 wrist and it's like fitting me just fine. So I'm gonna say it's more of a 6.
I gotta tape my shirt right here, just in case.
Thank y'all. Inlay. So all of these are hand cut stones. Put together, we've got the fire opal, we've got the jet, we've got the spiny oyster, the malachite, the turquoise.
In honor of you today, we'll bring that down to $4.60.
$4.60. Be a perfect Dia de los Muertos bracelet.
Now, and Dia de los Muertos is not a goth holiday. It's probably one of the most colorful events
Oh,
ever.
you know, I don't think there's anything in Mexico that's goths, but it's like everything is color. So I have a fun. I know that this is like I'm digressing here, but so I'm Hispanic on my dad's side. I'm a Chicana on my dad's side, and I've always just loved like black and white and red. And he always was like, no, you need more color, more color. And we were like looking at these little dolls one time, and they were all colorful on the wall. And I picked out the only one that had a black and white dress. And like the store clerk was mortified. She's like, no, you don't. It's okay. You don't need that. No, it's okay.
You don't need the funeral doll.
And my dad's like, he tells the story and he's like, he picked out the ugliest, skinniest doll. And I was like, she wasn't any skinnier than any, like, what is it? So I might be the exception to the Chicano's living color. Although if you saw my bright pink kitchen, I operate in weird spaces, you know, it just depends on the day. All right, let's move on to this next. I love talking about this one. So technically this was a T.Skies photo shoot, but we were doing it with Jonathan McKinney, who is an Acoma artist. So I was doing half Jonathan's jewelry, half T.Skies jewelry. This photo is Jonathan McKinney's jewelry. We have done small batches with Jonathan. So that's kind of what the connection is there. He's a very cool dude. So we had to cancel. This was last summer, probably around this time, maybe in August. And we had to cancel because these crazy monsoon storms in the foothills were just like out of control, lightning and stuff. So we canceled. Like, it was like a downpour, like apocalyptic downpour. We're like, okay, it's not going to work out today. So we reschedule. And there was actually 2 models, me, Jonathan. There were so many like moving parts that like rescheduling a photo shoot like this is really difficult to do. So the next photo shoot date comes up, and what happens? As soon as we show up, the clouds start gathering, starts getting stormy, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go lower down into the foothills, out of the mountains a little bit, and we have to make it happen today. We've just got to do it. And this is my first time meeting Jonathan McKinney. I didn't know what jewelry he was bringing or anything. And he starts pulling out all of this lightning and thunder inspired jewelry.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, Jonathan, you're summoning the thunderstorms. You're the one that's doing this. But oh my God, look at those clouds. When I think about New Mexico in late summer, which is my favorite time of the year, favorite place in the whole world, it's these clouds and all of that life affirming moisture that it brings. So let's do a close-up. Mm. That's a good one. That's a good
love
one.
looking at that one.
I think just maybe I can get a little bit more detail on camera too, because I just want to like show some of that jewelry that's in here if I can. Because this is a jewelry show, and I'm a jewelry photographer.
Wow.
And I think it adds to the story when you see that lightning bolt.
That she's wearing?
Yeah, there we go. Well, there. Lightning earrings, lightning necklace, lightning bracelet. And I was like, okay, you're like goddess of the storm. Give me goddess of the storm. She's like, okay, like this? Like, yes, just like that. So this is going to be at number 8. It's an 8x10 print, and it's going for $125. And again, everything's going to be signed before it gets sent to you because I just didn't have time to do that in advance.
Beautiful. Alright, who's next? Oh, yeah, this one.
Which one?
This next one.
This one?
Mm-hmm. That one.
I don't know what's happening. Excuse me. This is a good one. Well, I love them all. They're all my babies, right? But and they all have a story, which is really fun. It's like really fun to actually have the platform to talk about the pictures and the stories behind them. So Faye is the artist here, and we went up. She's Dene, and we went to Tohajali, which is about 20 minutes west of here. It's a part of the Navajo Nation. There's these beautiful red rocks, and that's when we were getting a whole lot of rain. And you might have to be someone that's lived in the desert your whole life to be able to kind of look at this environment and know it's rainy season.
Mm-hmm.
And to feel the energy of the rain in this, because it's not often that the light falls like this in New Mexico unless there's rain involved.
And there's a shade of green that it's like the land is happy.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like the most fresh, beautiful day. It felt so good. And so she's wearing all T.Skies signature collection jewelry. We wanted to just really layer it up and do just like a fun, summery, refreshing look. So close up on this one. No.
Sorry, I need to go back to camera 1.
So it actually printed a little bit shorter. The tops of her fingers aren't going to be. They didn't print like it was cropped. So just so you know that I know that was a little bit of a difference, but I just think like for me the beauty of this photo is as much the jewelry as it is her skin and just the natural way that she blends into her environment as an indigenous woman. And just how beautiful the desert can be and how beautiful our homeland is. And all of these designs that are inspired by this place, which is our home, you know?
Yeah, and the emphasis you put on a woman's hands is really important, I think.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Number 9. Okay, where are we going? Should we do a... Oh, you know what? Let's talk about some of the jewelry that was in this shoot, actually.
Yeah.
So, got some little samples back here. What was in that shoot? Got some stamp dancer.
Just a quick view. Now we can add these to your invoice. However, since these are signature pieces, I have links to our website where you get all the access to the different sizes, variations that you need, in case any of you are missing any of these pieces in your collection.
So we've got the Stamp Dancer and the Radiante. This is the Radiante, correct?
Yes.
The Radiante without Papa Turquoise. Let me take this one off.
So that's our Carpenter and Don's Light bracelets.
Oh, I was completely not saying
Oh, you
that.
got the signature names right.
Oh, okay.
But those are those personal names for those pieces.
Carpenter and Dawn's Light.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Carpenter design from Stant Dancer, Dawn's Light from the Radiante collection. So these are a couple of the pieces that were in that shoot. Look how beautiful they look stacked up. And I just love, like...
Oh, you look just like the model now.
Oh! The marketing, of course, puts thought into what pieces they're going to be sending me out with. But it's really, once we get out there, it's me and the model. It's me, the model, and the desert. And we just kind of figure out how we're going to style things together and what feels good and what looks good. And the models are oftentimes just genius at like figuring out how they want to wear stuff. And then of course, like for Navajo people, we don't wear rings on this finger or this finger because we wear jewelry on those when we are deceased. So if you see some of our pictures and they're wearing rings on every finger except for those, that's why.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So this ring is super cool. You can literally like make your own little rug pattern with it. This is the Skyweaver stacker ring.
Mm-hmm.
So she was wearing that, and then the Skies. And so there's links in the comments if you want to borrow our summer look there that was in the picture with Faye.
Let's compare real fast. Wow. So you can pretend to be that woman in the picture. I love it.
Inspired by... All right. What's next?
Ooh, I'm a sucker for a horse.
Who doesn't love a horse?
They're so beautiful.
So this is a fun story. This was my second photo shoot for Turquoise Skies, but it was my first big one. And Shep and I got like really like into it. And he had his friends bring up 2 horses. He had his friend Livingston Bridal bring up clothing, wedding dresses, and we were like doing it. We were doing this thing, and we were actually going to go to Tohajali, but there was an accident on I-40 on the interstate, and there was no getting there. So we're like, okay, like all these weird hiccups kept happening. So we found a place on the West Mesa, and we made it happen, and it was beautiful. But this photo, the model in this photo is Morningstar Angeline, and she is, she's native. She lives here in Albuquerque, and she's an actor. And she was in Outer Range, that's what it's called. She was the sheriff's wife in Outer Range, but most recently she was in Westworld.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah,
Cool,
this is
it.
Morningstar. Thanks, Jean! Yeah, this is such a beautiful photo. And Morningstar, like, I just can't sing her praises enough. You know,
She was really nice when she was in here.
she's a beautiful human, and a thoughtful human, and a kind human. And she's filling that space in cinema and in media that needs to be filled, and doing it in such a gracious, classy way. She, even though she's, you know, younger than me, she's a little sister, I'm always inspired by Morningstar, and I'm so grateful that she's in my life and that this is going home with Jean. Thank you so much. So exciting. I'm so excited.
All right, let's go ahead and get a drum over here. Jean is going to be taking number 11, which is going to be featuring the hands.
Say that again.
Oh, no, it is the horse print. I'm sorry. I got
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the one Jean is taking. You gave Jean her drum. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
oh, we gotta have our seeds. So somebody mentioned that putting seeds in the mail is considered smuggling, so
Well, we have stickers, okay?
we will we'll cross that bridge a little later. We'll ask the rest of our team, but as of now, you guys are getting hollyhock seeds from Nana's garden.
If you don't get those, we'll swap those out with stickers.
If you don't get them, you'll know why.
Okay.
All right.
So these ones coming up are like totally some of my favorites, like me personally.
Do we want to go here or do we want to go here?
Do you want to save those for last? Let's go to the middle.
Let's save these for last. Let's
Okay.
go to this one here.
You got it.
This is a beauty. Can you say that about your own work? I don't
Yes,
know.
please. More people should. Absolutely.
So, this wonderful, wonderful sister, Yanaba, was graduating from, she's Dene, notice the ba, Yanaba, was graduating from makeup school. And for her senior project, she wanted, everybody was going to like create like a photo series and like a book or an album as a senior project. And what she wanted to do is to showcase the natural beauty of Navajo women using the story of changing women. And so it was a story of changing women looking at the different seasons of life and also of, you know, the planet. So we had a young girl for spring, we had her mother as summer, we had this lady here for autumn, and then my auntie was winter. And it was just the most beautiful, it was a beautiful, beautiful shoot that we did. And this was out by Socorro, New Mexico. But I love this one. This one wasn't necessarily for her project because you don't see the hair or the makeup or anything. But I felt like Changing Woman, who is, you know, one of our principal figures in our creation story and basically the mother of Navajo people, and I just felt like it really captured that, and she's just kind of just walking down this arroyo, just like dancing. I don't know. It gives me goosebumps, you know. Like as an artist, sometimes you create something and you weren't expecting to, and you get the goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this photo was for me.
If you could take that feeling, you know, and share it with somebody else, I think I understand what you mean, where everything falls into place, but it affects you more than you planned.
Yeah, I don't even really know how to talk about this one. It just came out and it just hit me so emotionally. So let's do a little close up on it.
Right. We're gonna get a close up. Beautiful work.
Gosh, I love that one. I think I'll give that one to my mama if it doesn't sell today.
That's beautiful. It's and the things that you've explained, you know, I learned a lot that I didn't know before. So by doing these photo projects, you're servicing, you're providing so much more information than I think you can put into words.
Oh, thanks, Gabs. You always find a way to say things so pretty. And then you were talking earlier about like lending things to models. So she's actually wearing my mama's broomstick skirt, which my mom gave me. And I remember when I was a little girl, I loved it so much because it's like this silk satin. It's like chocolate. I always felt like it was chocolate. And then this is a shawl that my auntie gave me, who actually, you know, recently passed away, and it was a wedding present.
Speaking of which, that's a great segue into the next piece.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Or the bracelets? Should we do bracelets?
I think.
Let's do bracelets. The
Is that
colors. I feel
better?
like the colors are vibing on that one.
Oh, definitely. All right, let's show. This is going to be J4A and B.
I felt like these look great stacked for one thing, but they reminded me of the Pendleton that she's wearing. I think that's the Chief Joseph pattern. These are Navajo, and they just have so much life and color and fun to them, and you can squeeze them in. So this is going to be like a 6 to a 6.5. And this one was 100 before the sale, so that's what, 60?
Oh, that's 80.
80.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one was 80, so this one will be 60. 65. Math. This one's a little bit bigger. This is more of a 6.5 to a 7 on that one.
So the short one is going to be B, and the thick pink one is going to be A, just so you guys know.
This one's A, and this one's B.
Beautiful.
Very sunset. Beautiful geometric designs.
What was the ties
They
on
have the
8, I think.
buckskin on the back. Well, this one fits me. It's a little loose, but not too bad. So I'm going to say 6 to 6.5. Is a fair guess on that. But they are flexible.
Oh, that's right. They have a bit of like a
Yeah, they've
wire
got
in
some wire, what is it, copper I think is in there. And then this guy was a little bigger. So
It's about a full
you could
7.
squeeze him in if you really wanted to, but he's more of a 6.5 to a 7.
Thank you for pulling some inspiration.
Yeah. I think Christina, she helped me. She's so good. Such a good eye. All right, so now we have the wedding basket. And this is actually also from the Changing Woman photo shoots. These were some of the items that we brought to photograph with, but they just looked so beautiful. If you've been in the Southwest and you've seen a place where it's rained and the earth is dried and it kind of cracks, I've always just been captivated by that. And this is my auntie's sheepskin, a wedding basket that she lent me, and then this is blue cornmeal that a very dear friend grew and ground up for me. Oh, actually, you have the close up.
Well, I'm going to show your pretty face though on double checking my numbers over here.
I can do it like, looks better like that.
Okay, let's check it out. Awesome.
What was that? That was number 13?
Yes, ma'am.
Wedding basket. Cool. Got some little rings here. Let's look at these rings. How about?
Ooh. Want to look at some rings? I love looking at rings, especially with you, Lindsay.
Love rings. All right, we got some rings. Ooh. Take off my rings because they're distracting. This is a fun piece. El Otole, maybe? 11.5. This is a big boy. 11.5 on this one. Is this going to be, what number are we giving this one?
J, number 5.
J5. Okay, J5 was originally 160. It has that vintage vibe too, with some really nice coral in there. 11.5. And actually, if you look at that piece of turquoise, it is
It's carved.
carved into a little leaf.
I know somebody around here that loves little leaves.
Would that be your
Specifically
sister?
Carved turquoise leaves.
All right, the next one is a Rick Monte piece. It's a size 8.
Ooh. You said a size 8.
Beautiful bands, and this one was starting at $275. Some lovely stamping around that stone. On sale for $220. These bands are just as so much thought and intention goes into these bands. And then this last ring is Lenora Begay, and it's a 10.5. Stamped band. Oop, where are you? There you go. 10.5. And then this baby was $250 before the sale.
250.
So she's on sale for $200. That is our ring inspiration.
Beautiful. So, and I noticed you wear rings every day too.
Who, me?
Yeah, I love that you have your personal flair in
I
these
am
photos.
obsessed with rings and earrings. Bigger the better.
Let's show off more of your
I couldn't decide which earrings to wear today, so I wore them all. And I was like, what if I just put this Jeanette Nelson feather up in my ear and then boom, the piercing is still open. Speaking of Jeanette Nelson, she's at an artist market this today and tomorrow in Bernalillo at, what was the park? I sent it to you guys.
Oh, that was gonna be. What was that? Cathedral?
No, it's just that.
Oh, Laredo Park.
Laredo Park. I knew it was something like that. Laredo Park in Bernalillo. Go visit Rick and Jeanette. Say hi. See what kind of new jewelry they have. I just wanted to give that a shout out in case we have any local people watching today.
Oh yeah, go say hi to them. They're so nice. Like,
I love them.
coolest
She gave
people
me
ever.
this, where is it, this earring, and I think it's so cool up on top of my ear. All right, we've got 3 more of the 8x10s to look at. So this is also a series. It's going to be a little bit hard to see with the glare and everything, and it's purposely dark and moody. But this was another set that I created for the 2019 Santa Fe Indian Market. And I think, like, culturally, no matter what culture it is, so much story is kept in hair. In the way it's worn and the traditions behind how it's worn and the story of all of that. And then just the beauty of the hair itself. So I wanted to showcase that, and I kind of, after I made this, that's kind of like the 3 graces, you know. So we have the Navajo bun, we have small butterfly buns, and we have the big Hopi buns over here. So each one of these is going to be going for $125. And if you wanted to do the set, I'm sure we could find a little bit of a discount there for you. But I think they're best shown with Gabs when she puts them up on the screen. So I'll just let you take a peek at them.
Ready? Because these are beautiful, stunning close-ups. Here we go. Phenomenal, Angie. These are
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell us about the inspiration, like, you know, when you were explaining this to the model that you had, you know.
Well, she's actually a judge, a federal judge.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's indigenous, obviously, and I just was like, hey, you have really long hair. Can we play with it and like see what we can do here? And even though she's not Hopi, I was kind of like, you know, I want to showcase these Hopi buns. The model's not Hopi. She is indigenous, but I felt like the hair was the focus, was the subject, not the person as much. So I felt like it was okay. And I told her I just want to show, like, in silhouette the outlines of these hairstyles and just how powerful they are and how ancient.
And I think, like, yeah, the silhouette is the major thing, you know, you see in black and white photography. And I'm not a professor or anything, but if I had the professor language, I think you really knocked this composition and the contrast, like, out of the park.
It was hard to do, actually, like getting the light behind the head just right and all this stuff, and it's harder than I thought it would be, for sure.
Awesome. Beautiful portraits on pieces of metal.
Thank you. I think we're at time. Does anyone need to see something or talk about something? Because we're still here for a few more minutes.
I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit over these photos again. Just a quick little, you know, go through of your state fair series over here, and just kind of leave on the last little bit of these really beautiful black and whites. And we'll, have your contact information in the inner circle too, so nobody misses out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Rita, you haven't missed not everything yet. We're gonna go over, the carnival pics again. Thank you for reminding me. All right.
So, I love Americana. Anything that has a lot to do with the carnival series. After I talked to you, I was kind of thinking about it. Sometimes I don't always know what the root of my inspiration is, but it's that blending of it's like Native Americana.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just go through them. These ones are 50 each. There's 6 total, except the first one with the moccasins, I only have 1 print left. So to get a complete set, there's only 1 complete set, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
All right, so if you're looking for a complete set, get your fingers ready while we do this lightning round. It makes my brain happy, that last photo.
Cool. So those are all 4x6. They're matted. They have a little authenticity card from Indian Market. They're left over from the 2019 Indian Market. And then we had...
I have to show Thunder one more time.
Thunder. Okay. So I think Sharon wants this one, no?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Mama. Appreciate you so much. So we no longer have a complete set. Eek.
Beautiful.
Unless she wants to buy all of them.
Unless she wants to buy all of them, which we would discount, of course.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thunder Woman.
Let's go look at Thunder again. I love that you can just smell the rain looking at that photo.
What's fun, so I think these first 2 are really good examples that when you're doing jewelry photography, like, there's only so much of, like, this that you can do, and you have to find, like, these different creative ways to, like, use your arms and your body. And, like, as the director of the model, that's something that I've definitely had to learn. So the second picture, which is featuring the T.Skies jewelry, is a good example of that as well.
Oh, any other favorites that you want to feature before we end the show?
I think this wedding basket is really cool. Like, it's just, not everybody wants like a person's face on there.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Kristen.
Kristen, the moccasins sold. We only had the 1. Unfortunately, we have all the rest of the fair pictures, just not number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you maybe show her the Ticket to Ride?
I got a ticket to ride.
What do you think of Ticket to Ride, since we don't have another one of the moccasins?
I can get it in focus.
Oh, the Thunder Woman.
Thunder Woman. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited this is finding a home with you. And just to recap, this is Jonathan McKinney's jewelry. And he is an Acoma, and I think he's Acoma and Dene. Definitely Acoma. Incredible. Like, I just love it. And he summoned the thunder with his lightning jewelry. The wedding basket one is one of my favorites as well, just because it's, I'm mostly always taking pictures of people or like hands and things, and so when I take a picture of something that's not a person and it comes out good, I just feel like, oh, I stepped outside of my comfort zone and it worked.
You owe Kristen a drum.
Oh yes, drum.
That's a good photo. Well, I think when you photograph objects like this, you are capturing what the actual meaning of an inanimate object is. You know?
Yeah.
'Cause you're focusing on it.
It's a whole other, every like style of photography, like it has its own, you know, aesthetic and techniques, and you think that just taking a picture of a ring would be something easy to do, and it turns out it's really difficult.
No, I mean, how much do you have to consider the light in all of your situations? You know?
The light, but also how to make something look casual. You're staging something to look so casual, and it's not as easily done as people make it look.
Not at all. Your expertise and your experience as a photographer is so valuable to not just us over here at T.Skies and you, but like the whole world and the stories you're telling.
Thank you. Should we look at these just really, really fast?
Yeah.
These are $30 each. They are like printed on like a kind of like a cardboard stock. They're $30 each. I have my cowboy boots. I was just experimenting with minimalism. So they're $30. I have 2 of each, I think. Or I guess there's 3 of this one.
Ooh.
And then I really, really love this last one because these were the moccasins that were gifted to me by my friend who is Two-Spirit, and I wore them through my pregnancy.
Marco likes your hair today.
Shake, Schmarko. I didn't know if you meant my hair or this hair.
It could be.
I'm just trying not to melt, so I'm like doing the little piggy tails back here.
Well, I think leaving your photos as the end cap for our show today.
Can you show the earrings in for the Navajo bun photo? Yeah, let's just real fast.
Ooh, yes.
Yep, so these were $200. They have that great curl to them. They're stamped with a little turquoise. Oh, Kelly, no, definitely. That's my memory. Photos are my memory because I have a horrible memory.
Ooh, 160 in honor of you today.
$160 for these dangly earrings. All right, I don't think I want to put these in the inner circle, you guys, just because logistically it's kind of, I don't know, it just feels like a lot. What do you think?
How about I will make a post tonight, and if it's not considered a standard inner circle post, we are going to make sure that you have Angie's contact information if you'd like to put it in order. If you have a hard time, just message me at hello and I'll help you.
Maybe we'll just take a picture of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then, yeah, people can just ask about it.
And before we go, can we show Kathy that pendant that's taunting her?
Yes. We've got 2 pendants, yeah. We've got this epic Ronald Tom. Oh my god, I love this one. Of course, it's black. That's a beauty. That looks like, what, about 4 or 5 inches?
Mm-hmm.
Big bale, satin finish. It was $500. And then this cutie, a little vintage piece, was $375 before the sale. So it looks like this one's been marked down to $400 with our
What was the other one?
discount, and then this one was originally $375. On sale for $300. So this is J8 and this is J9. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This was a lot of fun. It's always fun to talk about your work when you're an artist.
So thank you for sharing, and to everybody here who's here at the Turquoise Sky family on the inner circle. Thank you for letting us try something a little different.
Yeah. And these will still be for sale. I think we'll just take a picture of the table and pop it up there and see what happens.
And if you have any questions or concerns, we are always here. There's our contact information. So if you can't find Angie, we'll help you find her so you can get a hold of
I'm
some
pretty easy to
beautiful
find though.
prints.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Love you. I am off to a birthday party for a very special birthday boy
Woo!
named my husband.